Welcome back to Afternoon Live. If you often find yourself checked out and just going through the motions of the day, you are not alone. Here to share how to get out of autopilot and be more present, we welcome mindset and career coach Reha Zamani. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh my gosh, thanks for having me.
I think so many people can relate, right? We've got lots of things to accomplish, obligations to meet, so a lot of people can really feel like we're just getting through each day at a time.
Yes, absolutely. There's so much stress and overwhelm and just with, the economy and like my job and the traffic and the kids, it's just a lot of information for our brains to process. And so our brains are really designed to optimize for efficiency. They love shortcuts. Our brain will always try to have shortcuts. So we go into autopilot mainly to conserve energy and deal with some of the other things in life that are taking much more computing power from our brains.
That makes a lot of sense. You've got some great, easy, approachable tips for us we could start incorporating into our lives, like today, to try and overcome this stuff, beginning with just pausing and acknowledging, noticing what's happening around you.
I know it's so simple. It's so simple, Hannah, that people just don't want to believe that it's that simple. So there's this term called micro mindfulness, and it's not about getting on the yoga mat and spending an hour meditating or doing all this work every time you feel activated or overwhelmed. It's about simply setting the timer 3 times a day, whether it's 8 a.m., 12 p.m., or 5 p.m. Once it goes off, taking 3 deep breaths and doing what's called a grounding exercise. Now, this grounding exercise is super simple. What it does is it helps reset your nervous system to become more present. And our brain processes information through our five senses. So one thing that, viewers and everyone out there can do is when they go into overwhelm, just take a minute, take 3 deep breaths and look at 5 things that you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. What that does is that simple exercise reroutes the circuitry in the brain to become more present because now you've kind of forced it to be present by acknowledging what's going on around you. So that's a really good way of just resetting and coming back to the present moment.
That is so easy, and what a great place to start, which dovetails into your next point that starting small, you can really make some big changes if you just activate these little baby steps one at a time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like the biggest thing in change, because I do a lot of change coaching, is deciding. Like once somebody decides, okay, I am done being on autopilot, I am done feeling numb and checked out, your brain is also your ally. It will automatically then say, okay, and you'll start to catch it more. So deciding, is the first step. And then your brain will automatically start to work with you and you'll begin to notice, wow, I'm getting overwhelmed and feeling like I'm going into autopilot. Let me just do that grounding exercise. 5 things I see, 4 things I can touch, 3 things I can hear, etc.
And what about zooming out to the bigger picture and thinking about your intentions and your why of, the purpose of doing things when you have a minute, when you've caught your breath and you can kind of think out of the box a little bit more?
Yeah, that's such a great question because everything in our life is directly correlated to our values. So, values is what drives us as human beings. So, it's like, why do you want that big house? Or why do you want that job? Or why do you want to feel good and present in your day? It's because you're looking for a sense of connection. So, our why really is that deeper value inside that fuels our purpose in life. So one way to find out what your why is to say, what am I missing out on being on autopilot? What am I missing out on feeling checked out? And you'll automatically get an answer that's like, you're missing out on feeling connection. And connection is one of my biggest values. It's why I coach. It's why I live. It's why I laugh. It's why I feel like I'm actually alive. So when you get to the deeper reason of what you're not getting from being checked out, you'll start to be more present and have that intention of, okay, I do want more joy. I do want more purpose. I do want more creativity. Those are the values. And then you'll automatically your brain will start to notice it more when you're in autopilot and you can reset into the present moment to feel those feelings more or
I
allow them.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, what about making one big, bold shift in your life and having the bravery to kind of go for something?
Yes, absolutely. So I've had experience with this. Whenever I get checked out, I know my brain is now going into like, okay, we're going into efficiency mode. So deciding the one that I really like is our brain is like a Google, it's like a software program that can be programmed. And one way to understand how to get a different experience or output is to actually get to ask yourself a different question. So, a bold change you could immediately make is just be aware that you want to be more intentional in your life and you want to live a more purposeful life, and ask yourself a different question. A question I always ask myself is, why is it so fun and easy for me to be present and have fun in my day to day life? Why is it so fun and easy for me to go through my day and laugh more? Just that simple shift in asking a different question can make exponential changes.
Well, and taking such a positive outlook like that seems like it's so beneficial too. It has been so fun chatting with you. Thank you for spending some time with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Okay, we will have these tips and more about Reha on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.